Hello guys, in this video let us look at some upper limb previous year questions. So let's start off with this one here, that is what you're seeing here. This has been asked in 2022. Describe the features and structures attached to clavicle. So they are asking about clavicle for 5 marks. What and all are they asking? Features and structures attached, that's all. Okay, so always better to start off with what? Some introduction. The clavicle is what? Long bone. It is the first to ossify in our body. It is it's there, you can see in the shoulder, right? And you have two of them, one on the right and one on the left. And what else do you want to say about it? It is the only long bone that lies horizontally, etc., etc., all that you can write as an introduction. Now let's come to the exact question that they have asked. What are the features of clavicle? Okay, yes, features of clavicle they have asked. So you have to say that it has a shaft. So here you have a shaft, that is this long part, and then you have one lateral end and medial end, right? So these are the things. So the shaft and lateral and medial end. Okay. Now the shaft, right, you can divide it into a lateral 1/3 and medial 2/3 portion. This is very important for you to note. Okay, so how do I format this? Yeah. So this shaft you can divide into what? Into lateral 1/3 of the shaft. That is this portion, lateral 1/3, right? And then medial 2/3. This one remaining part is medial 2/3, right? Because this is medial and this is lateral. So this is the way they are dividing it. So it is an S-shaped bone. You can see here. You just draw like this in the exam. Like that and like that. Draw a clavicle, draw a clavicle, draw a clavicle. Like that. And here you do like this and here you do like this. Okay. So this is our beautiful clavicle. Okay. So lateral 1/3 and medial 2/3 you will divide the shaft. And then this has some anterior border and posterior border. I never tried to remember all this, but you just see that it has anterior border and posterior border, and this lateral is kind of flat here. You can see that anyways, right? And the anterior border is what? Concave. Posterior border is what? Convex. Okay, all that you can write. Then now because it is so flat, right, you have one superior surface and inferior surface here, it seems. Okay, I'm not sure why. This also can have a superior and inferior, right? Okay, and then there is a conoid tubercle and a ridge called trapezoid ridge. Don't get scared, it's easy. See, in the inferior surface of the clavicle, in this lateral 1/3 part, so you have a trapezoid ligament, I'm sorry, trapezoid ridge and a conoid tubercle. Okay, trapezoid ridge where the trapezoid ligament is attached here, and a conoid tubercle where the conoid ligament is attached. So what do you have? A ridge and a tubercle here. Okay, what ridge? Trapezoid ridge, conoid tubercle. Okay, where are those? In the inferior surface of this lateral 1/3 of the shaft. Okay, that's all about lateral 1/3. Thank God. Now let's move to medial 2/3. Okay, medial 2/3 of the shaft is rounded. Yeah, so it's round. You can see it is not like that lateral one which is flat. It's more round. You can see that here. It's more round, right? And it also, in this, it is ulta. The anterior is convex and the posterior is concave. Okay, that's why you should remember to draw a right clavicle. Like this you should draw. Preferably, the lateral 1/3 will be only so much and the medial 2/3, right? So that will be more, right? So here, anterior is what? Convex and posterior is concave. Okay, that's what they are saying. Then some subclavian groove is there, it seems. Let's look at this one. So even the medial 2/3 has a superior and inferior. Okay, in this inferior part, in this, see this from here is the medial 2/3, right? So this portion, that is the lateral part of the medial 2/3, okay, that in the inferior side has a subclavian groove. Obviously here, see, you can see here where the subclavian muscle is attaching, right? So here is a subclavian groove. Okay, and then at the lateral end of this groove, that means somewhere here, I'll use some other color here. at the lateral end of this groove lies the nutrient foramen. That is, for this bone, the blood supply always comes, yeah, so here, okay. So the nutrient foramen, okay. So we are done with what now? We are done with shaft, guys. Just the shaft took so much time, I can't believe. So what and all you saw in shaft, lateral 1/3, medial 2/3. In lateral 1/3, what we saw, say, lateral 1/3, trapezoid, what was that? Trapezoid ridge, very good. And conoid tubercle we saw, okay. These are the two things we learnt there. Then coming to medial 2/3, what did you learn? Medial 2/3, we learnt that there is subclavian groove, okay. Subclavian, Groove, subclavian groove, okay. What else did we miss? This much if you write, I'm hoping you should get marks, okay. Now let's go to this one, lateral and medial ends, okay. The ends, hopefully ends don't have much of information. Let's see. So this lateral end, no, they are also calling it as the acromial end, okay. So it's nothing but acromial end only. And what it will do is it will articulate with the acromion process of the scapula to form the acromioclavicular joint, okay. So here you have the acromioclavicular joint, okay. Then medial end, what do you have? Obviously very easily you'll tell now, or sternal end it is called as. So it is a quadrangular, it is quadrangular it is quadrangular, something like that, quadrangular, right? And what else? It is going to articulate with the manubrium sterni, right? Can't see it in this diagram maybe. Let's see the better diagram here. See, it is articulating with the manubrium sterni to form the sternoclavicular joint, okay. And it also forms articulation with the first costal cartilage, okay, the rib here. So it forms two joints here, one with this manubrium sterni and then one which you are not seeing here actually with this costal cartilage, the first costal cartilage, okay. So two joints you should know here. So it is what? It is quadrangular, right? And it is articulating with the manubrium sterni to form the sternoclavicular joint, and it also articulates inferiorly. Inferior aspect will articulate with first costal cartilage. Does it articulate with the first rib? No. It articulates not with the rib, but with that costal cartilage, because at the end of that, after the rib, what do you have? You have cartilages, okay. Inferior aspect articulates with first costal cartilage, okay. So this is about the features of clavicle, guys. I hope you have understood and you will get so much marks. I can't believe that we have spent so much time on a 5-mark question, but we still have another half to go, and that is the attachments of clavicle. So if you remember, in this PYQ, they have asked features and structures attached to clavicle. So we'll do one thing, structures attached, we'll make separate video.